This inspiring segment was part of the presentation by Kristin Sipley, A Journey of an Adoptee, a glimpse of the baby's experience, presented February the 15th, 2022 in the online series, Relinquishment, Separation, Adoption, and the Baby's Experience. You can still purchase the recordings of the series through Prenatal and Perinatal Healing Online. See prenatal-and-perinatal-healing-online-learning.teachable.com.
So when we first come into this world, we come into what I like to call fields of relationships. And I'm using this slide to help depict the number of fields of relationships we come into. This is based on something from Ray Castellino called the Continuum of Circles. And at the very center of the slide, you can see Source and our connection to Source. Then we have our connection to Spirit. Some people like to call it soul. So our spirit or soul. And then there's our connection to ourselves, our bodies, our individual self. And then many of us come in with another. And some people feel that many more of us come in with another than is acknowledged or even known. And so within the womb, our primary relationship is actually with the other who we came in with. And then outside of our relationship with each other, there is our direct relationship with our birthing parent that we grow within another being. And that other being is basically our outer body. It's the only other person we have direct contact with and know everything that they're feeling, everything that they're eating, hearing, tasting. We are in direct relationship with our birthing parent for 9 months. And then outside of our birthing parent is usually the other biological parent or partner. So the other parent or parents who are involved. And then along with our parents, there is the rest of our immediate family, and which could include siblings or pets, anyone else who is considered part of our immediate family. And outside of our immediate family is our extended family, people who really know our family well. This can include our aunts, uncles, cousins, grandparents, great-grandparents, in-laws, all of our extended family. And then our families are within our local communities. That includes friends of the families, colleagues, professionals, other community members who are in relationship to our family. Outside of our local community is usually a larger city that is close by. And then each city is within a county or a larger region. And then that county is within a state here in the US. And then that state is within a region of the country. And each region has its own culture. A culture that can be different than another region close by. It could have its own dialect or language that might be different, even though it's within the same country. Each one of these layers can have a different or slightly different culture than the other layers. Even each family has its own culture that can be different than someone else's family. And so we have our region in which we come in, and then that region is within a country. And that country is on a continent. And that continent is within a hemisphere. And that hemisphere is on the planet Earth. Our planet Earth is within a solar system. That solar system is within a galaxy. And that galaxy is within a universe. And all those layers are present from the get-go, from when we first come into this world, even though we may not have direct contact with any of those other layers initially. But those all exist, and they're all there. And I'm saying this specifically because when it comes to relinquishment, separation, and adoption, many people acknowledge and understand that the experience involves considerable loss and grief. But what I hear more often from adoptees than not is that most people, even though that they understand that there's loss, that they don't really understand the depth of it. And so I want to show you what that might mean. So for many of us, we may have lost a twin or been separated from another, whether we are relinquished or not. So the first layer of loss could be the loss of a twin or multiple. And then often with relinquishment, there is the loss of the birthing parent. And then often the other parent. And then the rest of the immediate family and the siblings, if there are siblings. And then if it is not a kinship adoption and the person is actually relinquished outside of the family, then there's loss of connection to the extended family. And then if the separation or adoption goes outside of the community, there's loss of the community and to the people who might have known the family. Then there could be the loss of the city, the connection to the city that is close by, the connection to the county in which we come in, loss to the connection of the state if it's an interstate adoption. And then if the separation and adoption is to another region of the country, there's the loss of the connection to the region and the culture of that region, and or the dialect of that region. And with international adoptions, there is a loss of the connection to the country, the culture of that country, often the language of that country. And with some international adoptions, there's loss of connection to the continent. And there could be the loss of connection to the hemisphere. And then the only thing that's left is either in the center, our connection to source, our spirit, and ourselves. And then to planet Earth, our solar system, our galaxy, and the universe. Those are the only things that have remained consistent in terms of what we can stay connected to. So imagine what that might be like. All of us probably have experienced loss to some degree. And now you might understand the number of layers of loss that different adoptees may experience in their lives.